This is Nurse Blue, Latrice Levitt. I'm so happy to come on tonight. If y'all really knew what it takes for me to come on here and present a message, because there are some people who like to be in front of the camera. I'm really a behind the scenes kind of person, but it seems like God wants me to get in front of this camera, so that's why I keep coming out, right? But I have a very special message today, particularly for my sisters, all my sisters, but specifically for my sisters of color, okay? For those of you who may not know me, my name is Latrice Levitt, also known as Nurse Blue. Nurse Blue stands for Build, Love, Unite, and Empower People. And I am a nurse and wellness coach. I'm actually America's nurse and wellness coach. You see, I am here on this planet to help heal some conditions, particularly in the soul, because that's where the source of all of our problems are. So you're not going to find me in a hospital because that's not where Nurse Blue does her work in healing. I love people who have decided that they want to make healing, nursing, changing the world part of their existence. But I am not the nurse you're going to find in the hospital because I work on the source of the problem, right? So I truly help to resolve problems in the soul. And the reason I wanted to come on tonight is because I've been noticing something that has been really tugging at my heart for quite some time. And I've had a hard time bringing it to the camera because I didn't want to offend anybody, but that's why I'm bringing it in the way that I know how to bring it, with love, okay? The reason I decided to become a nurse is because I wanted to help relieve conditions, disease conditions in this body. The reason I decided to become a coach is because I wanted to solve some problems out here in this world. You see, I know I am here to help create heaven on earth because I refuse to live in hell, right? And in order for you to heal anything, only the truth can set you free, right? So as I tell the truth and as I share my perspective of what a real problem is going on, particularly amongst women of color, I hope you can receive it in the love that the loving intention that I have for you, right? And here's the problem, guys. I am a spiritual health and wellness nurse coach because everything happens in the spiritual realm. And what I'm realizing is that a lot of the diseases that are taking place in the world, particularly here in America, it's taking place within the souls of women of color, okay? The souls. And what we don't understand is when we don't deal with the conditions of the soul, which unfortunately our medical system has not arrived at a point that they are addressing soul issues. Our medical system deals with the signs and symptoms of the soul problems, but not with the source of it, right? When we don't deal with soul toxins, they manifest as disease, right? And the reason why I want to bring this to your attention is because I love you. And every single day I am seeing women of all nationalities, but particularly women of color, who are suffering from conditions at such a young age. And I don't know if we're not paying attention to it. I don't know if in fact we're masking it, if we are denying it, if we don't realize how troubling it is. The reason why I wanted to have this discussion is because if I don't, who will? If I don't, who will? And the reason why I needed to have this is because we're out here, we are our blessed generation, okay? We are a blessed generation. I was at an event this past weekend, and I was invited to an event at the Ritz-Carlton down here in Orlando. And the Ritz-Carlton, for the first time in my life, and I've been going for many years, I had not seen this many women of color at one time for a full week. And I wasn't there for the full week, but they were. enjoying themselves, celebrating, learning, coming together in community. And it is so beautiful to see, not just there, but in other places. And for the first time in our generation, we have seen where women, particularly women of color, are being recognized for their greatness. They are going out and they are achieving great strides in business, great achievements in education, great achievements in the world, all over the world. But here is where I think we need to pay attention to. We're going after the wealth. We're going after the bag. But honey, wealth without wellness is not sustainable. You see, wealth takes place, it's an inside job. And we're not taking care of our bodies. You're not taking care of your bodies. I am seeing women who are dying way too soon. I'm seeing women who are being diagnosed with cancer, with hypertension, with diabetes, with heart disease, and dying from it way too soon. Because your weight that you're carrying inside your soul is too heavy. And disease lives in a low vibrational state. So the vibrations within, the frequency within has to increase, ladies. And I'm coming here to have this conversation with you because I understand it. I understand it because I was one that carried a lot of weight on my soul, which is why I am a soul nurse, because I understand when you don't unload the weight from your soul, how that truly manifests. It may manifest as a disease process. It starts out with, it could manifest as fibroids. It could manifest in you sabotaging relationships, opportunities. But what it's manifesting far too early in life is disease that could have been prevented. You see, 98% of disease is lifestyle related, which means it can be prevented. And you don't have to, no matter how old you get, you do not have to die in your 50s and your 60s if you start doing something about it, or in your 70s and 80s. You don't have to suffer. And what I'm realizing is that while we're out celebrating our successes, getting together with each other, going for the bag, rising to the top, we're doing so without investing in wellness, balance. We're not investing in cleansing the soul of these toxins. And these toxins, ladies, not only is it taking place because of what we're doing in our daily life, meaning managing the stress of raising children, managing the stress of running businesses, managing the stress of living in COVID environment, or environment where every time you look up there's a new disease. That's today's stresses. What you don't understand is that you have a bloodline of stress that has been transferred to you epigenetically. That's how deep it is. And we're not catching it, you're not catching it on the cellular level. Because all disease starts from the spiritual realm, which is the mind, and it is transferred to the soul. By the time you see, in the diagnostic test, by the time you go to your doctor or to the hospital, it's too late. It's too late. So what I am encouraging people to do, particularly right now, I want you to live your best life. I want you to pass down a legacy. I want you to achieve and win. But I want you to be here to see it. Because wealth without wellness is not sustainable. And I'm not talking about decorating yourself with a lot of things, like beating your face with makeup to, get rid of the stress lines. I'm not talking about going shopping to constantly make up for what you're not feeling inside, or going in and out of relationships, or traveling. No. I'm talking about, sweetheart, investing in your life force. Invest in cleansing your frequency, elevating your vibration. Living your best life starts on a cellular level. And I'm happy that you're giving me the opportunity to share this with you, because I want you to experience what real love is all about. And real love starts and ends, first of all, with your relationship with God. But you improve your relationship with God when you take care of yourself. And what I'm seeing is so many women, you're doing too much on the outside and you're not doing enough to take care of the inside. And I'm tired of seeing good women, hard-working women, God-fearing women, loving women. I don't know who I would be without you. Black women in particular, and some of my other friends who may not be women, period, have been a large part of my healing. And that's why I'm coming here to have this message, because I owe it to you to tell you the truth. Thank God he sent me beautiful sisters who helped to love me back to health, who had my back, who looked after me when I was in my darkest places, who prayed with me, who gave me their heart, if needed finances, whatever it was. I love my sisters, and I am a nurse and a health and wellness nurse coach, and I'm seeing what's happening out here, guys. The weight we're carrying in our souls is showing up in our bodies. It's showing up in our cells, because we have inherited generational low vibrational frequencies that is manifesting into disease much earlier than what it should. I'm seeing too many women die from diseases that could have been prevented. Yes, do we need to do the work? You absolutely do. But if we can do the work for our kids, for our husbands, if that applies, for our communities, for our politicians that we get all excited about supporting, for our sororities, we can do the work for us. And at the end of the day, you need this mode of transportation, which is this body, to help you fulfill your purpose and your destiny. And in order for you to take care of you and live your best life, you have to get in touch with dealing with these soul toxins. And let me tell you what a soul toxin is, ladies and gentlemen. A soul toxin is the energy that you took in from a broken soul. It's called pain. It's called trauma. It could have been anger. It could have been verbal abuse. It could have been bullying. It could have been divorce. It could have been something that was negative that was thrown at you in this life that you had to take, or you took in and you put it somewhere in your soul, and it has never been processed in a healthy way. And the reality of it is, the only way you can become whole is when we release the toxins from your soul. It ain't no other way, baby. That's how you become whole. Louis Vuitton not gonna get you to wholeness. These beautiful, extravagant trips, they will help you relax and enjoy and spend time with people, and that all helps, but that's not going to get you to wholeness. Faking it is not going to get you to wholeness. And we're living in some times where the truth has to come to the surface in order for you to inherit the harvest right now. For many of you, this is the first time you probably even have ever seen a conversation like this by a professional in health. Well, that's why I'm here for such a time as this. Because I'm not going to give you anything that is going to harm you or help you continue to cope with brokenness. Most of us have been coping with brokenness our entire lives. And it's time for us to release that which does not serve us. And it's time for us to live our best lives. But you have to do it on a real level. And it starts with your soul. Okay? So if you're interested in learning more about this, let me invest in you first. That's how serious I am. Because let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. There may be some gentlemen watching, but this is really for the ladies. Let me explain something to you. The world needs you to release your soul toxins. See, when we heal women of color, let me tell you this. That's when you bring heaven to earth. When women of color heal their souls, let me tell you, it's going to be unstoppable. This world will change. We have to dump toxins of pain, trauma, anger, bitterness, shame, guilt, and the number one, unworthiness. Okay? And all of us are carrying a little bit of all of it. Okay? For generations. So if you're about living that best life, I'm going to ask you to accept my offer, which is to give you a 30-minute nurse and wellness consultation. I'm going to give you some of my good energy. I'm going to give you some experience. I'm going to give you my time, which is something I can't get back, but something I'm willing to do because that's how much I love you. And only the real ones going to call me anyway. Because the real ones are the ones who say, you know what, I'm here for a purpose, and I keep getting to a certain point and I'm giving up. Or I keep getting to a certain point and I'm having excuses. Or I keep getting to a certain point and I keep sabotaging myself. Or I keep getting to a certain point where I get inspired and then I go sit down. You keep doing that because you have soul toxins. Or I keep getting in a relationship and choosing this wrong man. Or I keep repeating the same old pattern, and 1 year later, I'm still where I was last year. Or I'm constantly living in pain. Or I'm constantly living in fear. Or I'm constantly living in anxiety. Or I'm constantly figuring out why I'm comparing myself to everybody else. And I don't feel worthy. Whatever that is, that's those low vibrational frequencies. They gotta go. All right? And Nurse Blue wants to help you. So here's what I'm going to do. I started before, but I got passionate. I want to give you a free 30-minute nurse and wellness consultation with me. Go to arealsister.com. Okay? Hit that link, arealsister.com. And when you go there, there's a tab that says free 30-minute nurse and wellness consultation with America's nurse and wellness coach, Nurse Blue. I want to help you release some of these toxins, because when you release the toxins, you elevate your vibration, you make your body more alkaline. Disease cannot live in an alkaline state, okay? When you change your frequency, you change your life. When you elevate your frequency, baby, you are unstoppable. And when we learn how to release all of this negative energy, if freedom is what you want, I'm going to introduce you to freedom frequency. Okay? It's 852 hertz. And I want to elevate that energy that from the past, from the bloodline, because you got bloodline energy, meaning you carrying a little bit of energy from you, your mother, your grandmother, her mother, her mother, her mother, her mother, and you know, if we keep going back, you know that energy wasn't good. Okay? When you wake up feeling heavy, sometimes you don't know why you feel like you're struggling. You don't know why you can't get past different chapters in your life. You keep repeating the same thing over and over in your mind and your heart. You want your heart to be open, but you don't know how to trust anybody no more because you've been hurt so many times. Soul toxins. Somebody died that you love very close to you, and it still hurts. Soul toxins. Maybe you were abused in all kinds of ways, and it was never dealt with, never spoken about. Soul toxins. Earth toxins. That's what I'm talking about. I want to help you live your best life. Go to arealsister.com. Take me up on my offer if you really want to be about living your best life. Let me have a free 30-minute nurse and wellness consultation with you, and let's get down to the bottom of what's really going on, okay? save somebody's life. Because there's too many of y'all dying in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. There's too many women dying of cancer, heart disease, being diagnosed or diagnosed with diabetes, or being told you're pre-diabetic. It's too many women living with stress, and how it's manifesting is in their bodies. You're doing too much on the outside because you're not doing enough on the inside. And you cannot heal soul toxins with soul food. Can I repeat that? You cannot heal soul toxins with an abundance of soul food. Your life and your death. This thing right here called this tongue, you're giving it too much power. What you're saying against yourself. And what you're eating against your life. Look, I know it's hard. My mother was probably one of the best cooks in the state of Mississippi. And I know how to cook. I know how to throw down. But I cannot do that the way my mother did it and expect to live my best life. I can't eat that way any longer at the way my mother did it in her generation and expect to live my best life. And you can't either. You can't. So if you want to change it, if you want a new road, a new path, if you want to pass down generational health to your children, along with your wealth, and if you want to be here to see it, because I'm telling you guys, what you're celebrating on the outside and what's going on in the inside, I'm seeing it on a cellular level. I do bioscans. I'm seeing it where we are able to detect disease on a cellular level. Give me a call. Don't even play with me on this. Give me a call. Let's win. Have a good evening, everybody. From Nurse Phil, I love you.